Hi and welcome to another episode on Mindful Breath. Today we will talk about why we make bad decisions. Please do not believe or reject any of the concepts shared here. Rather, we hope you find something useful here and see if it is true in your own experience. After all, mindfulness is an experiential practice and not a conceptual belief. To begin, we have to know what are bad decisions in order to know why we make bad decisions. In fact, many events can lead to bad decisions, and there are many whys leading to bad decisions. We can make unwise choices because we're feeling anxious in the moment, or the situation itself could have been pressurizing. We could make decisions due to our greed, and especially when we're angry, we seldom make good decisions. We could also be making decisions in order to please other people. There are so many whys as to why we make unwise choices that we can never really know the real reason. And that is why in mindfulness practice, you may be surprised that why is not often the question to be asked, since the answers can be endless. When we ask why, we can also overthink a situation as well. Instead of why, we often ask how and what with curiosity in mindfulness. When you ask how and what, you are open to your experience to find your own answers. In mindfulness, we ask how does our body sensations feel after we have made a certain decisions? Or you can even rehearse, how your body sensation is going to feel before you make a decision. So how does your body sensation feel? Does it feel tight or relaxed? Is it open, accepting, or is it tense? So the same goes for emotions. How do you feel emotionally when you have made a decision on a choice? What are your thoughts regarding the situation? How does your thought affect your emotions? And in turn, how do those emotions feel in your body? You can experiment doing this by changing your thoughts to see how it affects your feelings and your body sensations. So what we think, we are inclined to act or to behave, and that is called the action impulse. So when we act, and our behavior can actually bring about consequences. So by asking how and what, we become aware of our beta, which is our body sensations, emotions, thoughts, and action impulse. When we do not act in harmony with our beta, we behave in opposite ways from how we really feel. We often live in our heads, thinking we are right, even when our beta gives us a completely different signal. Over time, behaving in ways contradictory to our beta causes inner conflict and unhappiness, which will sooner or later manifest as a physical ailment. So let's explore the causes that can lead to unwise or bad decision making. One of the causes of our unwise decision making is our wanting to help other people. You may be asking, what? Aren't we supposed to do good and to be helpful towards others? Is mindfulness a selfish practice? Well, you see, it's not really like that. Let me explain more. You see, almost all of us are very helpful by nature. When you need help in public, strangers will help you 90% of the time. The more people that are observing a conflict or of someone suffering, the more will step out to help. This is called the bystander effect. We humans have a strong desire to avoid suffering. We dislike seeing any form of suffering. In fact, if you look into your own life, how fast and how quick are you to avoid suffering? And you will avoid suffering in any way possible. We want to avoid pain, displeasure, and we want to do it quickly. So it's not just the bystander effect. We dislike seeing our close relations, from friends to family, suffer. However, when we extend our helping hand to those close to us, we may get unexpected outcomes and feel frustrated. Why do we feel frustrated wanting to help those close to us? We have to ask ourselves, what are our intentions for helping them? Why do we want to know our intentions? Our intentions are important because it affects our beta. And our beta, as you know by now, is an indicator of our overall well-being. Because the most of us are not aware of our beta, being helpful can cause frustration and fatigue. For instance, we may make decisions for other people for their own good. But when the outcome of that decision make the other person feel worse instead, even though in our opinion, it's a good decision, then we have to ask, what was our intention in making that choice for others? Did we make the choice to help others, or is it because we're really uncomfortable seeing the way that they are living? Have you ever considered the consequences of your help? Will there be regrets if things did not go the way you wanted to? So I'll have a disclaimer here. I'm talking about situations in normal daily life, not situation when the other person seriously needs help, such as the person is self-harming, caught up in a serious addiction, stuff like that. So we're talking about normal daily living situations here. Another thing to consider, right, besides our discomfort in seeing other people suffer, are we making choices to meet their expectations and to get their approval? We are all conditioned when we were young to meet the expectations and pressures from our parents and other older adults such as teachers to relatives. Later in life, we bring this habit to make choices to meet our partner's expectations, to get approval from our bosses and our co-workers. So I'm not saying this is wrong. We obviously have to meet expectations at work. We have to meet our supervisor's expectations. But the more important thing is, even when we meet expectations at work, not just home, are the choices we meet really for the benefit of the organization or for your family? Or are they being influenced by your habits and wanting to meet expectations and approval from others? Some of us may work in professions because we truly help other people and want to alleviate suffering from the world. The rest of us want to help those close to us to be happy so that we can be happy. But when we focus on other people's happiness, thinking that it will make us happy, it often brings about unhappiness or disillusionment. That is because our expectations are unmet. When our expectations are unmet, how does that feel? Let's do a short experiment and practice and learn to become aware of our beta. I invite you to close your eyes and pay attention to your breath. Take 3 deep relaxing breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And to relax your body and your mind. And whenever you feel ready, I invite you to bring up a memory of yourself extending help to someone close to you. It could be your parent, it could be your friend, it could be your partner. They continuously refuse your help, causing themselves suffering and causing yourself a lot of inconvenience. How does that make your beta feel? Or they took your help, didn't turn out well for them, they blame you for it, or they are unappreciative even if there was a positive outcome. How does your beta feel? Do you feel tightness, relaxation in your beta? Are you frustrated? Is there anger? Is there disillusionment? How does disillusionment feel like? Is there a suppression in your beta? So become curious. How does all of this feel like in your experience? And what action do you take? Do you argue with the person? How did the argument impact your beta and the beta of the other person? In contrast, What if you left the other person to the freedom to choose his or her own choice and to suffer as they wish? How does your beta feel? Again, I'm talking about normal daily life situation. I'm not talking about extreme situations. When you become aware of your beta, can you really begin to ask yourself the question, why? Why do you hold on to a tight beta or a tense beta, or to suppress your beta in order to prove your point, or in order to feel that you're right? You feel that you got to feel depressed or to feel frustrated or to feel down. When your beta feels hurt, do you release the tension when your beta is tense by letting it out through arguments with another person? How did that turn out for you most of the time? Can you recall? In mindfulness practice, the winner is not your defeat of the other person. It's not the defeat of the other person. It's not that, you have proven your point and you're right. Rather, in mindfulness, you win when your beta feels unburdened, relaxed, calm, and that you carry no weight in your heart. Even if your beta may not feel calm right now in this moment in the situation while you are making that decision and acting it out, you know that the consequences of it will not burden your beta. Then that is usually also a wise decision. Okay? So in short, it's about your conscience. Your beta is your conscience. Now, we take a look at the other side of the coin. Since being helpful can cause so much trouble, why don't we make decisions based on what we want regardless of other people's well-being? How can it be unwise when we focus mostly on our well-being, right? Making selfish choices can only make our beta joyful, isn't it? So to explore that statement, we can ask these questions. When we intentionally say things to cause fear in other people, in order that they may agree with us or to side us in a conflicting situation, how does your beta feel? Maybe it feels good for a while that, yay, you have instilled fear in other people that they agree with you. But will your beta feel relaxed and open? It may only feel secure for this moment, and when the person changes his or her mind, how will your beta feel? Also, do you make decisions to do or to say certain things so that others will like you even if it is not the whole truth about yourself? Again, are you saying things so that other people will approve of you, will like you, to be on your side, in your field, on your side of the court? Again, does your beta feel relaxed when you do things like that? Or will your beta harbor certain fears that the person find out the truth one day on his or her own? How does your beta feel? We may have already spent most of our lives making choices with our heads, living in our thoughts, thinking we are not always right. But how can we be wrong? How has this sort of thinking impacted other people's well-being as well as your own when they reject your rightness? You can see how your self-centered decision-making affects your own well-being by seeing if other people are open, accepting, and friendly towards you. Or are they closed up and leave you out of their communication? Why are selfish decisions considered a bad choice since it benefits us the most? Well, simply because we don't live alone in the world. When you can only think of your own needs and make decisions for your benefits and expect other people to do so as well, you cannot expect them to care for your well-being. And even if they were to help you in need, they will help you unwillingly. How would your beta feel? this is not so much a give and take situation. We live in our head, in our minds, in our thinking, yeah, in this very marketplace mentality. What I give, I should get back equal in amount, and I should have no qualms of taking back. So most of us think like that. So this practice, mindfulness practice, is not about this give and take, trading mentality, right? I win some, I lose some, even in relationship. No, it's not like that. It's about truly, genuinely caring for our beta, not suppressing our beta and just using our intellect to trade, give and take in real life situation. So rather, mindfulness is really about caring for your beta and that of others from your heart. When we make choices to help others, expecting them to improve their lives, or we make choices expecting to improve our lives and expecting other people to improve our lives, the truth is, we are really making decisions to get what we want, whether we are helping other people or ourselves. You see, because we don't like to see suffering, we'll do anything to get other people out of it, even though their form of suffering is their form of happiness. Are we able to make decisions without expectations for ourselves or from others? What is this balanced decision when it comes to helping others and helping ourselves? Can we allow other people to make their own choices? Can we give them their freedom while offering our suggestions? Can we allow others the freedom to choose, even though in our opinion, we think their choice is a bad one? Are we able to get what we want without expecting others to give us what we want, and by respecting their needs? But how do we balance our decisions so that we can benefit others and our own well-being? I mean, so far all this is talk and concept. How do you practice it in real life? One simple way is to practice the CEO of Beta a few times a day in your life. So CEO of Beta is in our list of videos, you can check it out. But to sum it up, it's a short 5 minutes practice. It can help you to pause your incessant thinking. If you have really observed your mind, ask yourself, have you ever ceased thinking? Some of you think, I stopped thinking just playing games. But no, when you play games, you still need to think. When you watch TV, you still need to think. Even if you're zoning out watching TV, your mind is still wandering, just that you're not aware. So we think unceasingly, and this overthinking can cause us to make a lot of assumptions or predictions about the future that are not true at all. And our assumptions of the future, when we do have a lot of expectation and selfishness in it, we often think that people are harming us, not giving us what we want, where in fact, that may not be true, and we lack the compassion to see the whole situation in a wide perspective. So the CEO of Beta is aimed to pause the incessant thinking we have on a daily basis and to calm the Beta and teach it to be open to whatever comes our way. So we need to remember that our behavior springs from our Beta and reflects our experience of life itself. Our experience then goes into our memory, and our memory determines whether we have lived our lives well. At the end of the day, on our last breath, what is accumulated in our lives lives in our head, our memories. So with that in mind, we want to have a clear mind, clarity of mind, and that's what mindfulness does, to teach us to be clear in our mind. What can you do then when you experience tightness and tension in your Beta? Well, good question. What do you do? First thing, do not believe everything that you think. Because as I shared, we overthink, we overassume, we overthink, we assume things, we predict things that are not true, but yet we believe them to be true without seeing the entire perspective. So first, we got to learn to be flexible with your thoughts. Do not believe in every thought that comes into your mind. And then you learn to change your thoughts that are rattling your Beta, that are not authentic, to your well-being. Don't stick to thoughts that harm your beta. Remember that your beta is an indicator of your well-being, and the same goes for other people's well-being. So sometimes you may face difficulty in changing your thoughts, especially when it comes to anger. What can you do? So the first thing to do is to actually do the CEO of beta, calm your beta down. Then you can learn to positively reframe your thoughts step by step. Remember this: what you think, you feel you experience in your body, and what you experience in your body, you act. And all of this is your life experience in one moment. Okay, so first, right, when your beta is calmed down, right, close your eyes and recall the situation that is over. I mean, the negative situation could have taken place, is over. Just let it go, let it be. That's fine. But we want to learn from it. So look at the situation as a third person. Take yourself out of it. Right? And as a third person, look at your intention behind that behavior. What was your real intention in what you say and what you do? Is your intention a selfish one about what you think is right, what you expect other people to be because you want to help them, or you expect them to give you something? What was your intention? How did your intention shape, the outcome for yourself and the person involved in the situation? What are your body sensations, emotions, and thoughts as you see this event again from the point of an outsider? Are you able to see the event in a positive way? Positive means there's something you learn about yourself, about that unwise choice you made, as well as the other person, how you are actually affecting each other with your beta, and you're not unaware of that. Is there anything you can learn? You see, it is inevitable we will make unwise choices, but it is not necessary that we always have to make unwise choices, because we can learn from them by positively reframing. So by learning to see the situation as an outsider helps shape your decision again and your behavior in a similar event in the future. So take this as a game, you can play to fine-tune your awareness of your beta and see how it changes other people's beta. When our beta is open, accepting, and friendly, we tend to make good decisions for ourselves and other people. When we are accepting and relaxed, others too will feel our acceptance of them and be relaxed. And even if they are not open or accepting of our friendliness, it does not bother us. Why? Because we allow them to be what they choose to be. We don't interfere, especially if they need help, we offered, they didn't take it. We can leave them the freedom to be, as we appreciate other people to give us the freedom to be, to choose our beta for our well-being. So the best decision is one that benefits ours and other people's well-being, including accepting other people's choice to be unhappy. So that's all from us at Mindful Breath. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and also check out our Facebook and Twitter for free mindfulness articles. So stay tuned, and we hope you stay well, stay healthy, and we really hope to see you back here next time.